Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, but it is not good to have much money. I find that Jadu Malik is drowned in worldliness. It is because he has too much money. Nabin Niyogi too has both yoga and bhoga. I saw him and his son waving the fan before the image of the Divine Mother at the time of Durga Puja. Surendra, sir, why can't I meditate? Again we go back, but it is not good to have much money. Another place Sri Ramakrishna says, somebody asks, can we earn as much money as possible? Sri Ramakrishna says, yes, you can go on earning, but it must be used for extremely good purposes. It must serve the purpose of God. God and His services keeps the society to a highly elevated state of understanding. God understanding, the faith in God, is the only ashraya, support of existence of humanity. Otherwise, human will be just animal. One thing is, the animalhood has to be destroyed. We get humanhood. Humanhood will not lead us to divine unless our slipping back to animalhood is stopped. We raise from animalhood to humanhood and again slip back to animalhood again and again, getting angry, running after enjoyments, intolerance, hatred, ego. All these are making the jiva go back to animalhood. Each time something supports him and pushes him forward to human level of loving all, serving all, sacrificing for all. But again, conflicts come. Because man is inside, he is driven by the past tendencies of attachment to the worldly objects. Then again the spiritual life is where man transcends the humanhood and enters into the divinehood. Animalhood to get rid and enter the humanhood, we need God and religion, understanding of God and religion, the faith in God. Faith in God makes us, releases us from animalhood, getting angry, intolerance, hatred, dislike, fightings, snatching away. All these things belong to animalhood. So we get released from those tendencies. So when we reach the humanhood, immediately we must strive to reach the divinehood. Once you reach the divinehood, you no more come back. There is no slipping back from divinehood. From humanhood, there is a great chances of slipping back. A small desire awakens within, drives you, makes you run. So here the whole basis is the money, wealth. The wealth, if it is used for good purposes, so many people have built ashraya, means the place to stay in sacred places, pilgrimage centers, giving them place to stay when they go for pilgrimage. Some places even food is provided. So all these things, whatever the society is kept in a higher level of consciousness, that all that can be done. When in our Udupi, Pariyaya is to happen, the montif gets changed every 2 years. The deity is under 8 mutts of Madhva. By turn they take the charge. It's called Pariyaya. In Pariyaya they used to spend so much of money. I used to feel, it can be used for some other purpose. But when I went to North India, in one of the lectures, so about 30,000 people are sitting. I am also on dais, and 30,000 people are sitting in the front, and the person who belongs to that ashrama, belongs to that Swami, he was speaking. He said, Utsav manao. Celebrations at large scale, celebrate. Otherwise, society will fall down. उत्सव मनाओ नहीं तो समाज का पतन होगा. कुछ साधन भजन तो कर लो, नहीं तो तेरा पतन होगा. Do constant spiritual practices, spiritual disciplines, observe spiritual disciplines and follow the spiritual path. Otherwise, you will be a fallen person. The society becomes fallen if you don't have these things. So the money is spent there. So many people are getting the benefit. The society is more and more morally perfect. Pure love, mutual love, slowly develops. So if you are spending money for that, it is good. It is worthy. But going on hoarding it, storing it, without giving to others and spending in enjoyments, physical enjoyments, unwanted possessions, all this will make them slip back to the animalhood. So Sri Ramakrishna says, be careful about wealth. Master, Surendra, why can't I meditate? Master, you remember God and think of Him, don't you? Surendra, yes sir. I go to sleep repeating the word Mother. Master, that is very good. It will be enough if you remember God and think of Him. See, when spiritual, the one point is meditation. Meditation is where we either turn inward and dive within, trying to cross over the layers put on our self. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, and reach the self. Or we meditate on the God with form in the heart and with love as the driving force, we enter smoothly by just getting absorbed in the form placed in the heart. The other way is to the Kundalini awakening, the Yama Niyama of the yoga, all this, the Advaitic way of whole universe dissolving into the Prithvi Tattva merging in the Jala Tattva in Agni Tattva in Vayu Tattva merging in Akasha Tattva merging in the pure energy and then in the absolute existence. So, the 7 planes of existence, they say, this is another path where the inner and outer is to be dissolved, because it is cosmic retraction. Whole universe as if is going back, my own whole existence. So I don't find the inner and outer there. In the chakra, Kundalini Yoga, I keep the inner alone and drop off the external. So various ways of meditation wherein concentration and absorption get alternatively engaged. I get absorbed, after a while I get established in my daily going inward to a particular depth. Then slowly I will use concentration to go to the next stage, next step. I have to go in meditation. So they alternate. This we find in another. Now, meditation, when this inward journey, this, that, and all concentration, mind is such a thing, it never wants to get concentrated, ekagra, and then enter within. And it's very tough for many to sit and meditate. See, Sri Ramakrishna says, if you constantly remember God in any aspect, it is sufficient. Throughout the waking period, if you can remember God at all times, this is called meditative awareness. Meditation is what we saw, various ways of meditation. Meditative awareness is all the time. Meditative awareness gives more fruit and quick advancement than sitting for meditation. Lot of time we spend, but in vain. When you then through all the activities of life, the inner heart is constantly remembering God, as if a person's son or daughter is there in the hospitalized. He is serious, and this person cannot avoid any work and activity. He is running about and doing all the activities of life. Then, in and through all the activities, his heart is weeping for God. He is attending to all things with diligence, with love, with dedication. He is doing all the duties. But deep within his heart, where are you, Mother? When will I see you? I am doing all, you have kept me here in this position, I am doing all these duties. I am offering this to you, I don't need anything from here. I want you, reveal yourself to me. That innermost desire is making constant, unbroken thought of Divine Mother or your Ishtadevata. Now, this is more effective than the sitting in one place and meditating for half an hour, 1 hour. Half an hour or 1 hour meditation may not give you just 1 hour, and much of the time we spend in such a way that we are not able to concentrate. Mind is running here, there, about, and then we are sitting for meditation. After some time we get up and go away. How much can we meditate? How long can we meditate? Is meditation really possible? To withdraw from all the external awarenesses, turn inward and dive within. So difficult. But meditative awareness you can keep all the time, in and through the activities. Whole day, well, he says, you see, while sleeping, I say mother, mother, mother and sleep. Take the name of mother and sleep. So this awareness from morning waking up with the God's name or mother's name or Ishtadevata's presence, and spending the whole day feeling the living presence with him and meditating. Oh, this is meditative awareness without missing the world, but deep within you are holding on to the mother. So this aspect Sri Ramakrishna advises here. You remember God and think of Him, don't you, Surendra? Yes, sir. I go to sleep repeating the word Mother, Master. That's very good. It's enough if you remember God and think of Him. Sri Ramakrishna had taken Surendra's responsibility on himself. Why should Surendra worry about anything? The author is writing, Sri Ramakrishna has taken Surendra's responsibilities on himself. Why should Surendra worry about anything? See, this Surendra, he is one whom Sri Ramakrishna gives vision and requests to help the direct disciples after his leaving the mortal coil. These youngsters who were serving the Master and living with him had no support. All devotees and disciples go back after Master's passing away. These few will be helplessly where to go, where to get, what to do. Many of them try to go back to their homes and settle down. But a few, headed by Naren, again and again reminds them of the Master's desire, Master's purpose, Master's mission, drags them out and they get assembled together in a dilapidated house. Just like haunted house left over. They live in that. And then they don't have even food to eat. One person goes and gets begging some food, and they share and eat. Then Sri Ramakrishna appears in the dream of this person, Surendra, and requests him to help these boys, youngsters, give them some support so that they are able to maintain their life in that body. The rest will be taken care. So it is this is the Surendra, whose responsibility has been taken even earlier when Sri Ramakrishna was there. And this is known to M, the author. It was evening. The master was sitting on the floor of his room with the devotees. He was talking to them about yoga and six centers. These are described in the Shiva Samhita. Master, Ida and Pingala and Sushumna are three principal nerves. All the lotuses are located in the Sushumna. They are formed of consciousness, like tree made up of wax. The branches, twigs, fruits, and so forth, all of wax. The Kundalini lies in the lotus of the Mooladhara. That lotus has 14 petals, and primordial energy resides in all bodies as the Kundalini. She is like sleeping snake coiled up, of the form of sleeping snake, having the Mooladhara for her abode. 2m. The Kundalini is speedily awakened if one follows the path of bhakti. God cannot be seen unless she is awakened. Sing earnestly and secretly in solitude. We go back. Master, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna are the three principal nerves. In Sanskrit, the term nara is used. Nerves. But here, nerves doesn't mean what the nervous system, that from brain it goes to the all parts of the body and makes it awaken. Control both the motor nerves and sensory nerves. All the sensations are sent to brain and orders are received from the brains to act, motor nerves. So this is nervous system. This is not a part of the nervous system, though because of the axis of body, the centermost axis, when the child in the womb grows from zero, first formation is the axis along which it grows. The brain, then the spine begins, heart, stomach, waist, and ends. First formation is the spine. So, it's neural cavity, we call it. The neural cavity is the first formation in the bodily existence, which starts from the Sahasrara to Mooladhara. Along that, the whole development stage. This axis will be at the first formation period. It is just an axis of development along which it develops, the whole thing develops. Now, the axis is where we go in deep sleep again. First the axis forms, then the body forms around limbs, this, that, and come last projections are limbs. So internally, one by one, the causal level first appears. Then the subtle level, gross level, all develop. So when we are in waking state, we are pervading the whole body. In sleep, we leave the physical body. We are going, suppose, inward as it is. Then we leave the mind and senses, subtle body, go to the causal level again, the axis of my existence, the innermost line. From all direction, if I collapse, I get that axis. Now, when I reach the axis, I am in deep sleep, and I project out along the axis to the Absolute. That's the Vishwa Chaitanya. Vyashti Chaitanya, in the second stage of the deep sleep, expands in the universal consciousness. Individual consciousness merges in the universal consciousness. Now, this axis is what we call, it is beyond the physical body, beyond the subtle body, beyond the causal body, beyond the waking state, beyond this dream state, and beyond the deep sleep. Deep sleep, what you are, just imagine. That is deep sleep level. Waking, dreaming, and deep sleep level. The deep sleep, what are you? You are pure spirit, free from all the external sheaths that are covering your body. So it is that axis which is pure, where from the, now the nervous system is there, which is carrying the signals. Now digestive system is there, where food is digested. Now another circulatory system is there, where blood is flowing. So many, lymph system is there, reproductive system is there. All these systems are there doing its work, where from the consciousness appears. Food cannot create consciousness. The subtle part of the food becomes mind. And all this work only when I am conscious. This consciousness, if I am not conscious, then nothing will work. The consciousness has to be there for mind to work, body to work, intellect to work, all aspects to work. So this consciousness is what is making the digestive system to work, or making the nervous system to work. Each cell is working consciously. Look at the WBC fight. The moment the bacteria enters, how they attack and kill the bacteria in the body. They are conscious, self-conscious and conscious of the external environment around it. And immediately it recognizes the bacteria entered into the body. So this consciousness at every level of my existence, where from it is coming? It is coming from this axis which is linked to the Vishwa Chaitanya, the universal consciousness, and the absolute consciousness, the Brahman, the unchanging eternal reality. It is that is flowing into the bodily existence constantly, like magnet and magnetic field. It is constantly flowing. Universe, the Absolute, is constantly flowing in and out, like magnetic lines of force. So it is a cause. Where from does it come? Where does it go to? From the Absolute to relative. In the relative, it flows in the bodily, each life. And this consciousness, where it flows, is called Nadi. There are 72. Consciousness cannot be seen. Suppose it is something like software in the computers. Can you show the computer software? No. We can't see the software. It can be downloaded. It can be made to act. It works, but cannot be seen. Five senses cannot perceive. Mind also, with intellect you can understand. So like that, this Sushumna, Chaitanya, because Chaitanya is there, mind understands. Mind cannot understand Chaitanya. Chaitanya can understand because it's subtlest. Chaitanya is subtlest. When mind is not there, Chaitanya is there. Mind is activated and made to work in the presence of Chaitanya, by the touch of Chaitanya. So this Chaitanya, this consciousness, which is making all things to pervade, is flowing from the absolute consciousness, flowing into the whole body legs. That is called Sushumna, eternally linked to the Absolute. There, Sri Ramakrishna is talking about that. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.